coast to coast. It's a radical boast, coupled with four indestructible hosts, bringing the most each week in the combos we speak, or the undigestible foods we eat. So he's bouncing for bits while we be dancing for the sticks. Yeah. Phoenix, Jinjo, Dallas, Chicago. No, there ain't no denying we bringing it coast to coast.
Jinjo.
Going Super Saiyan. Yeah. Gah. How are you guys doing?
And now we all know Ryan's orgasm face. And noise. And
We don't call it
post-coitus
that.
conversation. So
We don't call it
how
that.
you guys doing?
Say we're going Super Saiyan.
Oh, sure. We can call it whatever you want, man. It's all good.
I mean, you were gripping.
I was.
And then that heavy breathing at the end was a bit.
The top left guy.
Breedable?
Yeah.
So does that mean like they wish to procreate with you? Or just
Well,
Hey, sure, baby.
I got
Who is that?
This guy.
Doo-doo, jeez.
extra submissive and
I was
breedable?
like, right?
How is extra submissive?
That's how you
So
start
that means
it.
you could be a little bit submissive, but now
That's-
you're extra submissive.
Right? That's how you start that conversation.
Yeah.
So please paint a picture for me. I would
Oh,
love
please.
it. Please explain these adjectives.
Because that's a line from something, isn't it? Extra submissive and breedable.
Oh, I would hope so.
It is
Unless
now.
that guy's just
I've
Yeah,
seen that
yeah.
line before. So if you're trying to do a pickup line, sorry, not impressed.
Huh. I don't know. That was the opening line to the show. I didn't even get to say hello yet, and he already popped top like that. Just let you know, you look extra
Yeah.
submissive and breedable today. If that's not hitting on somebody in the perfect way.
top left guy. Like they don't even use your name. You're an object.
My name is right here. No,
yeah, your name is on screen.
Couldn't have been Ryan guy or Phoenix guy. It was top left. You were so
Top left,
convincing that they couldn't. You explain.
I would like to explain myself and my feeling to you while laying in a hotel room eating pastry while being tipsy on the finest white.
Like what?
I feel like a
Some
novel.
coffee?
A novel is being born right now, like the pretense to a novel. You know,
Oh.
Well, no, you
I'm
can't go back
laying
now. You
inside
said
of a
finest
hotel.
white.
Laying in a hotel. White wine. There you go.
From a box. It better be.
While eating
Yeah.
pastry.
Nothing says classy lovemaking like box of wine.
a white
Well,
claw.
please elaborate and continue. I would love to hear more about what you and Ryan would do in this lovely hotel room while eating pastry.
Wow, we just got here and I'm
Is
already
it bear claws with a white claw? White claw and bear claw?
white claw bear double claw kind of night.
Yeah.
Can we go to
uh,
Hortons and get some? That'd be great.
Nah.
Whatever. What is your
I-
preference, Ryan?
As far as drinks go,
Or donuts.
Yeah, let's go there.
I don't. Next forensic files.
Or
Yep.
cold case files.
Or
let it go
if we're
long enough.
lucky,
Yeah.
X Files.
Oh.
I don't really have a go-to. I like the more experimental kind of beers. So I think I mentioned Modern Times, the coffee and beer brewing company. I really enjoy their stuff. I also just kind of default to Guinness. I'm not very adventurous. I tried doing some sour whiskey with a buddy of mine for a birthday at a local Irish pub, but it's just I was like I like the food better.
Yeah. That's all right. Guinness is good. I mean,
Yeah.
it makes you look like you can drink it slowly, which is good.
Yeah.
It doesn't have high alcohol. It's only like 3.3 or something like that. It's surprisingly low. It's a common misconception with Guinness. People think it's super strong and high alcohol. It's not at all.
Mm.
Anyways,
Yeah.
I
No,
like
Ryan, are
Justin.
you-
So he's like he looks like an apple fritter guy. That's what I like.
yeah.
It's like
Then I started thinking like which pastries can we attribute to which people? I was like, oh, Coteau is a chocolate chip muffin for show.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I absolutely see the muffin.
And yeah.
Actually, I love blueberry muffins.
Hey, so
Who
we're not.
doesn't? If you don't like blueberry muffins,
but a
there's something
chocolate
seriously
chocolate
wrong
chip
with
muffin is definitely gonna be like that's a sweet tooth one. Yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
baby, I love
Mhm.
some chocolate chip muffins. There used to be a place in Parkersburg, West Virginia called JR's Donut Castle that had like the best chocolate chip muffins.
Junior's
Story-
Donut Castle?
JR's.
JR's.
It is
Ah.
JR's.
Okay.
You would think it'd be Junior's, but it's not. It's JR's.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. Yeah. I've never had an apple fritter, I think.
It's basically just an apple pie, like a personal sized apple pie almost. Am I
Yeah.
wrong?
That sounds like something like what McDonald's used to do or does do. What?
I think it's yeah, but it's less filling. But they're not
Yeah.
less filling like, oh, you won't make you full. I mean, like there's less like apple filling to it.
Mhm. It's
Like the
too
apples
early
in
to be
the dough.
disappointed in you. I'm sorry, Miss Char baby. That's just who I am. I'm a disappointment.
Well, looks like your date in the hotel room has been canceled, sir.
Oh.
That's okay.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't see that person anymore.
Well, no, he's still there because the last comment was made was Ryan would be a great name for a dad or something.
Hence the breedable. But-
Burrito bowl.
yes, yes. I do love burrito bowls. Burrito bowls are incredible.
I've never had a burrito bowl.
Sure, baby.
No. Have you? Okay, question. Speaking of burrito bowls, odd question. Weird segue. There's a company that I'm invested in called the Tattooed Chef, which I've never had any of their stuff before, but apparently it's all plant-based food, and I guess their burrito bowl is like something special. And it's almost impossible to find, and it's difficult to even keep on the shelves. Have you heard of this company before?
I'm looking at it right now.
It's in the frozen food section. They've tanked over the last couple of weeks, so I'm not even looking at
cold brew dark chocolate smoothie bowl. Looks delicious.
Yeah, I mean, apparently they're doing really well. A lot of good things when it comes to plant-based foods.
So
But they haven't done
cauliflower
well.
mac and cheese bowl, cauliflower pizza bowl, organic fruit
I'm sorry.
bowl.
Did you say cauliflower?
Yeah,
Cauliflower.
cauliflower.
I actually made a cauliflower.
I'm from
cauli-
Texas.
I don't know-
All right.
I don't know what to say
Mexican
anymore.
style street
Cauliflower
corn.
pizza dough before, and it's actually really good.
Ooh, it sounds delicious.
It's just time consuming.
I don't mind it. It actually looks like some good stuff on their page here.
I hear they're in lots of stores, and I hear some of their products. It's almost impossible to keep them stocked. People love them so much, but the stock price has gone down significantly over the last couple of weeks, so I'm just kind of waiting it out.
Oh.
We shall see.
Man,
Anyways.
I have to order. They have like a sampler order.
Ooh, nice.
Sample me.
Right.
Take that out of Don't clip that. Whatever you do. please don't
Sample
clip
me,
that.
sample me.
It's like that one
She can
episode of
sue me.
Scrubs. It's like that one episode
Sue
of Scrubs where
me.
Elliot was bouncing up and down in the bar and saying, "Oh, do me, do me." And
Right.
It's like, oh, be careful about that.
That's a great show.
You
That was
should.
so funny.
I love that show.
up
Like,
until season 9, right? And that's when they tried. So the original creator actually was talking about this on with some friends of mine on the other show we do, the Subuntitled show. Before we start airing, we were talking about Scrubs, and it was great until season 9. Season 9 is where the creators came back and they wanted to make a whole new show. They didn't want to tie it into the original Scrubs, but they wanted to go to like all the way to the medical school side and come in versus them coming out of medical school, starting in a hospital. And the company or the studio wouldn't let them. Said no, we're just gonna make it a season 9. They think that's why that failed, because they had to bring in, all these extra people, Zach Braff and all them, to come in to kind of reprise their parts to these little bits here to kind of help the show. Oh, it's Scrubs, yay! And then when they left, it was like,
well,
okay.
Our bread and butter.
I mean,
Yeah.
they
Now what?
left on a they left on a bad note, I thought, because they were like,
It's a shame.
first semester was down, we couldn't get past, everybody dropped out, the hospital closed, Yeah.
oh man, that I love that show for it. It's probably my favorite blend of comedy and drama, because some of that stuff gets real, and I'm not. I definitely cried at the How to Save a Life scenes, like that. I almost did again, but I'm a big boy. I command my tears.
Like you almost did just now.
Yes.
I am the master of
Man,
my own
that's-
tears.
That's a moving. must
No,
be a
there
moving
are some
thing.
episodes that really hit your heartstrings, and everybody's a little
For
different.
sure.
But
Yeah,
that
for sure.
that makes for a good show that can take you all the way to almost tears and come back to laughter.
Hmm. Oh my gosh. This is ludicrous. I can't. Fare thee well.
Fare thee well.
I wish you nothing but the best of luck. There are more out there. I promise you.
Yep.
I promise you. And if they don't, Ryan lives at 643 Sycamore Lane, Phoenix, Arizona, apartment 3B.
Uh-huh. Exactly.
Yeah.
Remember.
His doorbell is, if you ring his doorbell, it's Funky Town. That's how you know you're in the right place.
Yep.
That's right.
And he answers,
then
the,
I
he
think
answers the door with a dance move
Yeah, in a towel.
in a
Yeah.
towel.
Yep. You would be.
And he opens the
Hence-
door and goes, "I'm Kevin Bacon." No.
Yeah, but not like a towel like a dude would normally wear. He wears the towel like, up above his nips because he's sensitive to wind, to gusts of wind.
All that sand out there.
So much.
Yeah.
I got sand burned.
Oh man.
You ever rolled around in the desert naked? Don't.
I don't know. I know. That's just horrible.
Especially
I've
after.
tried to. Yeah. Huh?
Especially after a shower. Not happening.
Oh, that's never good. I have tried to do like the surfing down a sand dune thing in the Philippines, and I ate shit like immediately.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Sharpie said, "If Ryan ends up MIA next weekend, we need to look into that dude."
Yep.
Probably. Yeah. It's just.
Oh well, yeah.
Yeah.
He came
mean-
on to profess his love for the,
Or she. We don't
or
know.
she. That's true for
We
the
don't know.
for the religious scholar of our group.
I honestly have no background knowledge with which to.
No, they didn't say. I said dude in my head, but because I saw the Dio, so that was my problem.
Oh yeah.
She,
And I'm from California.
he, who doesn't
I'm
matter.
from California, so all persons are dude to me. Like as a former resident of
Dude.
California, I subscribe to pan-dudism. All is dude and dude is all.
Oh yeah, dude is a gender neutral. Okay, thanks, Shadowhawk.
Yeah.
I'm
Thanks, dude.
actually a minister in the Church of Latter-day Dude. I don't know if you've known that.
Latter-day dude.
Yeah, no, because there is a religion that has been made out of the Big Lebowski. Because
Oh,
they say the character of the dude is like a Zen master
Hmm.
in the movie. He didn't know that. The Coen brothers didn't know that when they were making it. But a whole religion, and you can just go online and become a dudist minister, which I've done. So I could actually marry you and your little cyberpunk if you want, buddy. If you get into it.
Cyberpunk.
Mm.
that would be incredible.
Hmm.
Now, what would your like folks of different religious traditions will have like a script, like how they'd frame the marriage service.
Dearly beloved,
Oh.
we gather here today.
It would be like a marriage. Marriage is what brings us together. No,
I was trying to remember the
uh,
Spaceballs one with the.
oh, that's well, Prince
Do you-
Valium
do you
and
Prince
Princess
Valiant?
Vespa.
Princess Vespa.
Do you?
Do you?
Good, guess her. She's run out the door. Oh man, I love that. No, I don't think I would have to. I would personalize it to whomever is getting wed.
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 Yeah,
Wed.
and it would be just as articulate
It's
as I
a lovely wedding.
just explained. Yeah.
Nice. That's sweet.
No, I've never. I've been asked. I have been asked. A good friend of mine asked me to, but I was obviously here and they were there,
Mhm.
and didn't come to be. But it's just a novelty, to be honest with you. I mean, it's legally binding. It's a thing, but
Just
it's
Hims
essentially
who
just
are
a novelty.
getting
I
hips.
couldn't even tell you the base of the faith, what the ground rules are or what have you. But it's a thing for sure. Check it out if you want.
Well, as you guys can tell, Julia's not with us this weekend. We were off last weekend. She is currently in the Disney World. I believe it is Disney World. But she has promised to gather some video for us, and we will put up onto our TikTok and maybe play it next time around here. So that'll be interesting to do.
We got Three Musketeer Timothy Chalamet up there holding it down.
Mm-hmm. How are you doing, Mr. Chalamet?
Have you? There's a lady. There's a lady on SNL now. It's Chloe Feynman, I think is her name. She does an amazing Timothy Chalamet impression. Her impressions are actually pretty good. All the ones she does. But she does a pretty good one, just in case you're curious about anyone that does a Timothy Chalamet impression. That's why you paid me the big buck. That's why I'm here, folks.
Yep. Absolutely. I didn't know there were still like rotating actors in SNL.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They've actually gotten pretty popular over the last... Oh, okay, so all 4 years that Trump was in office was Alec Baldwin pretty much for 4 years as a guest spot.
Yeah, running the show.
You know, just because he did a really good impression of him. And then what's her name?
McKinnon?
She does. Yeah, McKenna. She does like everybody else. She
Yeah,
is so talented.
It's incredible.
She is incredibly talented.
She's incredible. She does everybody else. So I just
Yeah.
I feel bad. They're like, we need somebody to play it. They're like, nobody can play this. McKenna,
Yeah.
we're calling upon your talents again, McKenna. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's funny.
She is the one you call when you need a something, and she happens to be
When nobody can play a character, who you gonna call? McKenna.
McKinnon. All right, I need to get my fan on me. I'm sweating, so I'm gonna like slink away because I'm not wearing pants. I'm trying not to show anybody the goods.
Oh, and see, look, if they had gone for you instead of Ryan, they would have gotten non-pants for you. What was that clapping? That's what's scary.
That was okay. We got three guesses as to what was clapping there.
Can you guys see the reflection back there though?
Dare you?
Oh,
You
God
betrayed me.
Yeah.
I'm fed up with this world.
And we're back.
Hey.
Well played, sir. Oh man, Ryan just struck comedy gold there, and I hope you all got it. That was
No,
great.
they didn't. So you have to redo
Really?
it.
Oh no, they can't be redone.
Can't be
Let's
redone.
reenact
That's
Matt,
organic.
look at your testicle.
Okay, let's put it like this.
Ah.
You're-
Apparently, somebody in the chat said that my testicles broke the internet, which it wouldn't be the first time. Look up the great outage of 2007, and you'll see my bowels. And then, so that was the thing that happened again. So I looked down. Shut up, Donnie. You're out of your element. So I looked down to scold them, as you do.
Yep.
And yeah, I've lost it. I don't know what's going on right now. What's happening?
Yeah, and he said, "How could you?" And
Could you? Yeah.
then I said, "How could you? Everybody betray me. I fed up with this world." It's such a good.
Any time you can stick the room into a conversation, then that's just perfect. Perfect
Oh
for
yeah.
me.
Did you guys know that someone found like the full unedited script for The Room?
Ooh, I bet it's like 3 hours long, 4 hours
Probably.
long.
It's stupid long.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of new just a lot of new character angles, most of which are gay, in the movie. And I think who is like the kid who's like, "You are such a little brat."
The neighbor, the next door neighbor.
Yeah. Who's like, "I just like watching you guys."
Oh yeah.
That kid.
Not creepy at all.
No, not at all. He
not the slightest.
yeah, apparently he's written a lot more gaily now. or he was, but then on the movie cut back on that. And yeah, like the whole thing's out there for free. I think you can just Google The Room full script, and there's like a full, like almost a PDF file with just. I think it'd be fun if once everybody's here, we can like read it.
Read a scene that wasn't normally in the flick. That would be great. Oh,
yeah.
Hi, doggy.
Oh, hi, doggy.
Yeah, that was.
You're my
I don't
favorite
think-
customer.
All right. Well,
That-
I
that
have
was
no
a- that
idea
was a
what
new
caused
emotion.
that. I am searching through. All I know is it just went disconnect, but it didn't actually
Again?
disconnect. No. But it happened. The chats were still going. We were still
Yeah.
connected, but the streams all went boop.
They all went poopy.
The whole
Yes,
internet crashed
well-
back there too. I mean, somebody
We,
tried to do something on my internet.
Ooh.
well,
Is it
No, I'm
It's-
looking at Pyro.
Pyro?
way to go.
Pyro! Pyro!
I hate it when it does. So I don't want it to happen again, but I hate it when it does that. But it looks like we're up and going, so we'll just.
All right, so you're off the hook, fellas,
Yeah,
but still behave.
yeah. Oh yeah, could it have been that one dude who said I was extra
Breedable.
submissive and breed worthy or whatever?
You
Breedable?
know, that guy hasn't been around in a long time that I've seen. I mean, I followed this a long time ago, but only when you got had a date did he suddenly show up, or she suddenly show up. I don't know. The dude showed up,
Yeah,
Ah.
the dude.
The dude.
so
Oh, God.
maybe
What
Ryan. Maybe Ryan has a stalker we don't know about.
What is it?
I'd like to
I hope not. Hang on a second. What is that?
I wonder if it's ever happened to where like someone has a stalker, like an obsessive stalker, and then the stalkee
Mhm.
is like, "Hey, okay, what are you about?" And they actually hit it off and like fucking fall in love with each other.
yeah, it just becomes a touching love story.
Yeah, because I heard a story that like the opposite happened. Like I think it was shoot, who was the crap? I like him as an actor. Like I like him a lot. He's been doing a lot of good stuff lately. He's the guy that was in the Twilight flicks. He was in the Harry Potter flicks. Robert Pattinson. Robert Pattinson. Apparently, he had an obsessive fan, and he's like, okay, well let's hang out. And he acted like such a prick to her. I think this was deliberate. Or he acted like a person that that was not who she thought he was. And she eventually just, packed up her shit and left and never to see him again.
I mean,
So I guess it worked.
the skill set, I guess, works. But at what point do you go, all right, so how many more dates do I have? Well, there's this list.
Yeah,
You know.
this list. These are all coupons, by the way. This one's for a foot rub.
It's a coupon for you to give me a foot rub. That's what it is.
Yes.
Aha.
It's a 69 of foot rubs. I do you, you do me. And then
Okay.
if it evolves, it evolves. What are you going to do? But
It's an open-ended happy ending.
I don't like foot rubs. I have very ticklish, so.
I'd like me some foot rubs. I mean, there is a whole thing of the reflexology. Are you familiar with all that? How like there are areas of the sole of your foot that are connected to the rest of your body?
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah. Like in pregnant women, you can induce labor,
Yeah,
you
by
can
like
detox.
fingering their pinky toe. Yeah. Yeah, it's a thing.
yeah.
What?
This little piggy went to the hospital to give birth.
Yeah. Yes. Get out. You get out.
This little piggy is about to be born. Let's go.
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh god.
Oh. Don't make me. She really thought he was a sparkling vampire. Yeah, maybe. Maybe she
Maybe
did
that
think
was,
Robert
yeah.
Pattinson was a sparkling vampire.
So,
But I don't know. I mean, I feel bad about the rap that Robert Pattinson's been getting. That dude, I'm telling you, he's talented. He's. I mean, say what you will. I've never watched the Twilight flicks, but I've watched the stuff that he's done since then. And
I think I've watched
man,
the
the guy's-
trailers.
the guy's talented.
I
for
think I've
sure.
seen the trailers for it.
If
but
you
that's
just,
about it.
it just in there's the movie like The Devil All the Time.
Yeah.
Have you watched that?
Mhm.
He's only in that for a little bit, but he steals the whole thing. It's just phenomenal.
He's
so
Batman.
good.
Yeah, he's not Batman, but he's Batman. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he'll do a good job. I'm telling you, I think he'll do a good job.
Ooh.
If it looks
Can't be
as
worse than George Clooney.
nipples.
Oh man,
For reals. For
Fat
reals.
nips. Oh gosh. I
Batman has nip slips on his outfit.
Oh gosh. Now I'm just imagining what would happen if like all of the Marvel
Sorry.
Cinematic
Overkill.
Universe had like everyone was cast wrong. Like
Well,
patents-
so that's the What If series currently on Disney.
Yeah, there's What If for you.
oh,
So-
seriously?
It's
And-
not
but
cast wrong,
Batman's
but
DC
it's
for
just
the record.
yeah, but it's just what if different universe mentality. So if you haven't seen it, Disney Plus has come out with the animated series What If, which is based on a
Cool.
comic book series of where what if Captain America wasn't Captain America, and like the first one, it's on the trailer, so I'm not spoiling anything. What if it was Peggy Carter who actually got the serum and became Union Jack or Captain Peggy, that kind of concept. And so the
Captain
first
Britain,
one,
wasn't it?
something like that,
Was there Captain Britain?
Captain Briss?
Captain
Britain.
Jack.
Yeah, Captain Foreskin Cutting. Jewish foreskin cutting. But no, the second one was awesome. The second one made me laugh. I mean, they have all of the voices.
Sorry.
The actors
Pause-
doing the voices as well.
Pause for a second here. Disclaimer: do not refer to your pregnant spouse as the little piggy. You may end up in the hospital room down the hall from the pregnant spouse. This has been a PSA brought to you courtesy of Coast to Coast.
And there you have
so
it.
It's a fair point.
The first one, yes, had the voices. The second one, which just aired this past week, I won't spoil anything, but it does have Chadwick
Chadwick
Boseman.
Boseman.
Boseman. Thank you. I see it and I just couldn't pronounce it. Playing T'Challa, but as Star-Lord. Right? What if he was
Yeah.
Star-Lord instead? And I tell you right now, if you once
Awesome.
you watch it, it's gonna feel really corny to you in the beginning, but it's him doing it, and it was his last piece. And come to find out afterwards, when I was like, they did a whole remembrance of, he actually made sure that the moment they were talking about doing the What If, that he was the very first in line to get it done because he wanted to do something before he didn't feel he was going to be able to do it anymore. So it's like he almost knew. So it's the last known they did. It's really cheesy and you laugh at certain things, but I'm just glad he did it. So it was really cool to hear his voice actually play the character again.
Aw.
I agree.
The phrase
Love it.
cha-cha will stick with me, and you'll see why once you go see it.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. I want to check that out.
It's
But what
good. Yeah, it's worth. It's. I think it's still like a hand drawn animation type thing, which is
Ooh.
not the most common thing anymore. I dig it. It's the same animation that I think that it seemed to me to be the same animation that remember Bad Batch? Not remember Bad Batch. Do you know the Star Wars show Bad Batch?
Yeah, that was. It's all
similar
CGI.
animation.
It's animated CGI, but
Is it? I was hoping it'd be still kind of hand drawn.
There are hand drawn
type
parts
shite.
to it, yes, but there are parts of it that are motion, not motion capture, motion
fair enough.
driven. The anime. I mean, now you could actually draw a character, plug it into a computer program, and it will completely allow you to animate it as if it was animated. It's a world that
That's
we live
crazy.
in now.
That's nuts, man.
So
But now, what if? Now, hear me out. What if someone remade Star Wars Episode 3, but with hand-drawn rubber hose animation?
What, like at the car
I feel like
dealership
this,
with the?
I feel like this exists. Wacky
Yeah.
army inflatable flame man, wacky army inflatable flame man. Hi, I'm
Yeah.
Joe Rogan.
And-
or
And you
whoever
can
it
just
is.
see
Joke
Luke
Arm
and
flailing tube
Anakin
man.
just
Wacky inflatable arm flailing tube man. Wacky inflatable arm flailing
Due
tube
to
man.
an inventory
Yeah.
adjustment, we've been overstocked with wacky army inflatable flame guys. We want to bring on the savings to you.
Ooh. Oh
Yep.
gosh, I haven't thought about that.
Uh,
Had long-
Episode 3, that's The Empire Strikes Back. No, that's Return of the Jedi. Sorry. No, shit. I'm stupid. I'm an idiot. I'm sorry. Episode 3, that's, okay, Attack of the Clones. Isn't it?
Nope. I think it's Revenge of the Sith. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I can't keep them all
if we're
together.
going to be, yes, if you're going off of whichever year you
Going
were
off
born,
the title.
the third
Yeah.
one was Return of the Jedi. The third one in this now is now the Revenge of the Sith. Yes.
Well, the actual number of the
Right,
movies,
but you
because
gotta remember-
The New Hope is Episode 4.
It is,
It
but
takes-
if you go back to a certain generation before the 1988, born before 78 or something like that, that was number one to him because it didn't go episode 4,
Yeah.
A New Hope. It just is like Star Wars, A New Hope.
Oh no, I was a kid of the
And then
80s.
somebody
I mean, that's
came
what it
back a
was.
day and went, "Oh, by the way, there's episode 4." What? What about 1 through
Mind
3? Well,
blower.
we did not feel like Jar Jar could be properly represented in episode 1 by Jim Henson.
Yeah, we couldn't really capture the essence of Jar Jar quite yet.
Jar Jar.
Gonna win,
Poor
Mr.
Jim Henson.
Jedi. Yeah, Mr. Sith Lord. You know?
I know this is an unpopular opinion, but I really don't have any problem with episode 1 through 3.
I don't
It's a
really
little
either.
bit,
I
it's a
mean,
little corny, yeah, but come on, man, it doesn't deserve the hate, that much hate,
no,
What kind
it
of
really
thing does it get?
huh? It gets well, Jar Jar essentially is the foundation of the argument on how they're shit.
Like he was a
But
complete
they're just-
waste and da da da. I was like, you know what? It was a fun little character they were trying to add. I mean, even in the newer movies now, they tried to add the little bird-looking things that fight with Chewbacca or you know, he watches them cook the bird.
Oh, those things are adorable, like little
They
puffin
are.
looking things.
Mm,
Don't they eat one? Don't they?
He's cooking one while the other ones are looking at
Yeah.
him with big teary
Yeah.
eyes.
Holy shit! Okay.
That was my cousin.
Was it a deleted scene?
yeah.
I think it was a deleted scene of Star Wars of when the Han Solo. Oh no, shit! No, that was in Solo. Duh, the movie Solo. When Han Solo and Chewie first met, like Chewie was being kept in a pit,
Hey,
like
Shamini,
like
thank you for
like
the
the
like.
Sarlacc.
Thank you,
Thanks, Shaw, baby.
Woo.
And in the pit that was holding Chewbacca, there were like human remains, like human bones everywhere, which was basically giving you the opinion that Chewbacca ate people for
Mm.
sustenance. He had to.
Oh,
So
gosh.
that was an interesting character twist on
Well, I mean,
a loved character.
I thought it was great. I thought Han Solo movie was actually really well done.
Oh, I'm not saying anything bad about it at all. I'm saying that
no,
was
I
just
mean,
a really
like-
interesting take on it all.
'Cause everybody wants like the history of Chewie, and he's supposed to be like 300 years old, and then just like, but how do you, he doesn't look like
Yeah.
it? So they were like, hey, Shane, thanks for the share. Or for the
Shane.
like.
What up, Shane? Shane. I think I did that last time. I'll think of something new next time.
Shane
Do a dab-
shared electric stream.
All right. Yeah. No, that's kind of what I noticed is the hate, the explicit hate that I've noticed that I can at least understand because I'm not very personally involved in the Star Wars chronology. It's Jar Jar driven.
Jar Jar
It-
driven.
And it's, but I'm thinking of the back, like my first exposure to Star Wars as a wee lad.
Expensively, is that a word? Anyways,
Yeah.
but so it's I equate it to like the 80s synthesizer craze. Like when synthesizers became readily available, every musician in the 80s were like, well, I'm a synthesizer artist. Do-do-do-do. It was everywhere, but it took some time for people to hone it in and make sure and make it sound like it is actually good. But at the beginning, it was just noise and garbage. And
Yeah.
that's where I think the CGI craze started.
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
same
that's
vein.
that's a really helpful
Yeah,
analogy.
keep talking. I'll be right back. We're trying to figure out what's going on.
No problem.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. Yeah, that historical context really does add some important information, I think, about how you understand like what you can give, what kind of crap you can give a movie.
Yeah.
In retrospect,
Right.
like if you had issues with like looking back in some like Jimmy Neutron episodes from like Nickelodeon, like there are some shots where Jimmy's hair literally clips through the lockers. But then if you remember that the technical limitations of the Nickelodeon office at the time, and there were actually like even some technical malfunctions that were happening, it's like, oh yeah, I can understand this. And if Jar Jar falls in that sort of category of we got CGI, more or less affordable CGI, that can actually serve us here enough to give us a sustainable character who can contribute funnies at certain junctures in the Star Wars plot, but that could serve us, or kind of like how synths became almost ingredient and essential to pop music when those things.
Pop music. Agreed. I mean, I think George Lucas kind of dipped his toes in the water when he tried to. I don't want to use the word remaster because that word is just not appropriate. But he in his eyes, I think it was an upgrade. But he tried to incorporate CGI things into the original trilogy that weren't normally there, like certain things that with Jabba the Hutt and certain little things around there that you kind of need to have it pointed out to you.
Like a network issue going on in the area. So,
poopies.
so hopefully it doesn't happen again.
So are we on the internet?
Oh, we've been on the internet. Yeah, it came back up fairly quickly.
Woo! All right. Yes.
It's just 2 times that our feed have dropped, and that's like completely down zero, but we haven't lost like actual connection.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you were missing all the controversial opinions that Matt was spitting.
Oh, that's fine. It keeps resetting all of our viewers. So like before we had quite a few, and then
again.
It reset itself, and it's like, damn it,
boys, where we dropping? Where are we dropping, boys?
In a hotel room eating pastries.
Okay.
And sipping on
what did I miss? Jesus.
White wine. No, it's a callback to that weird dude.
Yeah. The dude
saying that they want to breed with Ryan.
Maybe they're causing it because they want to breed with Ryan.
Possibly. What if they work for the network?
Cool. The network's going to be paying my bill because I've got I've got visual evidence that my network keeps dropping that I pay for.
Well, that begs the question, Ryan. If they work for the network, what are you willing to do to keep this show streamlined and make sure everything stays the way it should be? Working at Apex Performance.
Well, I would probably tell Matt about it, or I'm sorry, tell Toa.
Yeah. So what am I gonna do?
Yeah, because I have no idea what would be appropriate. I trust Toa with negotiations and streamlining things that more so than I do. Yep, and the fifth.
Phantom. I have Fios. It's Fios, but it's Frontier now. Verizon sold that property over to. So, and they did some upgrade work last week. So I'm assuming either it's some issue with that, but I've seen a couple of spikes occurring lately, so I don't know what's really going on just yet. But I actually worked for Verizon back in the day when Fios was launched. I worked because it launched here where I live in the Irving area, Las Colinas. And so I actually got to be a part of that when it first launched. So I know the inner workings pretty well of it. So kind of like what I love when a tech comes out and be like, well, this is the ONT box. I know what that is. So just FYI, that's the same shell, but it's not the same internals. It's all different. It's a little bitty box now compared to the giant big box we used to stick in there. Well, how do you know that? You used to do it for a living.
Toa knows about giant big boxes. Okay.
Yeah.
Phantom, you just got out of the hospital?
What?
What? Man, I hope everything's okay.
Yeah. My gosh. Do be safe. Do be okay.
Be safe.
Scary stuff.
I'm okay. Good to hear, man.
I'm okay.
I didn't have a hospital visit, but I damn sure had a car mechanic hospital visit issue, I should say.
Yeah.
Why did you put air quotes? Was it not your car?
It's my car. So Wednesday, in the DFW area, we had some freak storms come through, just little pockets of just heavy rain. And I was out in the morning running some errands, and on my way back, there's a part of where you go underneath one of the main highways, but you go down, you come back up. The road actually dips down just a little bit, and heavy rains had just started hitting, and I got hit about halfway up the grill of my car with water coming at me. And then simultaneously, what occurred is a semi truck plowed through the same high water because it didn't look high. It just literally rushed in on us because it was me and 3 other cars that got hit by it. And then the semi passed us and just completely covered us in water. When I say cover, not like big splash of water, like you could see the waves across my windshield. I was completely underwater for half a second there. And my engine stalled and died. I managed to get it started back up and putter myself out of it. But God, it sucked in as much water as that engine could hold. Got to the other side of the highway that took like 5-10 minutes. Guy, come on, you bastard, get back up, you know. Got to the other side just in time for my, you know, all the water in my engine to steam. So it looks like my car's on fire because there's just steam coming out of everywhere. And yeah, that was fun.
It's good for the skin.
Got towed. I did Facebook lives from my Facebook of me waiting for a tow truck to show up. My friend Bat pulled up he saw me on the live stream, got in his truck and drove to me because I told him where I was. Showed up, got my car towed to our mechanic. Big shout out to I'm actually getting both shout outs here. So I did on my stream too. The Secret Service Towing out of DFW and to D&M Auto Care in Irving off of Britton Road. Big shout outs to both of them. Big Mike is a guy that runs D&M Auto Care out of Irving. That dude is the only person I have trusted with my car for like the last 15 years. And he always takes care of me. I go in, I'm like, I think I have a problem. Where you go to like Pep Boys or something and does, you know, like, oh, well, I'll look at it for $30. And then you pay 30 and he tells you what's wrong with it. He'll be like, all right, let me get in there and see what's going on. He could be in there for an hour and come out and be like, here's what happened. Here's either this is how you fix it or it's nothing to worry about. It was just something. Like, that's how much I love this dude. He takes care of everybody.
Yeah. Always have a mechanic friend. Always.
Man. So if you ever need a mechanic at DFW, hit him up.
Thanks, Big Mike.
Yep, Big Mike, D&M Auto.
Is he actually big, or is it one of those things where he's a little fella?
He's got belly. He's got girth. He's got girth.
He's got girth. And they gave him when he was born, they gave him a girth certificate.
So went up there. The O2 sensor got flooded, and then it's like they reset it. It said, okay, it looks like you're just gonna have to drive this and burn off the excess water. And so I did that for a little bit. It's still having issues. Took it back up. And so we're gonna have to replace spark plugs. He's draining the water. We're having to change the air filters, so a bunch of different things. But he's you know, he's good. He's taking care of it. So drove it last night and got to the only part was I went to go get gas and pulled out and hit the gas pedal. There was nothing. The engine was like and I'm like slamming on the gas. There's nothing. It's like crap. And then suddenly it goes. It found the I'm pretty sure it's the spark plugs I need to replace.
What nationality is your car?
Chevy.
So it's American.
America. It was a Chevy Equinox, but yeah, that was scary. I have driven through tons of rain and high water situations, and the only thing that got me was like I looked at the curb because whenever it rains really hard, I always look at the curb because that's gonna tell you where the water level's at, right? If it's above the curve, you're kind of pushing your luck as far as it getting in your tailpipe. But this was only like maybe a quarter way up the curb. What I didn't think about was when we were pulling forward, because we have to go uphill a little bit to get under the bridge, but it's a little bit of uphill, is that the road actually dipped down, but the curve stayed the exact same. So basically it's doing this, and it's a little dip where it goes up. That little dip is where we got hit with that inbound water. So it took my license plate and rolled it up. It hit me so hard. It rolled like a scroll. Like a scroll. Like when the water came down and hit me, it rolled up my license plate and broke off one of the bolts.
Wow.
I could pull up to like one bolt hanging on and my license plate swinging all rolled in like a burrito.
Wow. That's absurd.
I got very, very lucky. I got very, very lucky.
Yeah, it could have been.
I was trying to reconnect.
Oh dear. Come back. Everybody sing a little song.
Everybody was kung fu fighting.
Beep 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 beep.
Toe's car was drowning.
There we go.
Hey.
So, yes, see, Phantom goes, hopefully your motor doesn't rust. Yeah, that's the reason why you got to burn it off, right? You can't let the water sit in there too long. But it's a sealed system. It just went in through the intake. So as long as I get it hot enough and burn it off, it should be fine. You know, you get water. You always get water in your engine, but we're talking like very, very little bit gets through that filter, or if it's super heavy rain. This was like completely like they opened it up and went, oh, squish, squish, like
Yeah.
cups of water pulling out of my car. Ugh.
Man,
I gotta
That-
I gotta reset my whole network tonight. As soon as I get done with this, I'm like resetting from the ONT box all the way up to me.
do it. Do
It's
it.
driving me nuts. I hate it when it does this.
Yeah.
I usually try to do it before the show. I just I did not think about it tonight. I should have done it.
No worries. No worries.
But yeah,
Understand.
so my car is when I was on the live stream, I was talking about I forgot to talk to Chevy about getting the Q package, the submarine package, the aquatic package. Like I was constantly trying to make funny jokes and laugh about it because otherwise I would have cried. Because if I would have totaled my car, game over. I don't have the money to get a new car right now. I've been like, well, we need you to come in for interview. Well, see, what had happened was,
Uh-huh. Mother Nature.
Yeah, you're not gonna believe this. This is gonna make you laugh.
You're gonna laugh, guys.
You're gonna laugh. I'm gonna cry. But and the reason I shouted out to Secret Service Towing was because I called around to try to find like the best pricing. Secret Service Towing towed me for 65 flat. Right?
Nice.
Everybody else
How
was
far
like,
did they tow it?
about 5 miles. Not that far. But they didn't even ask me the distance. They're just like, where are you going? It's 65 flat. The best part about it was he was the only one that wasn't a dick. 'Cause everybody's asked you, well, what happened to your car? First off, I shouldn't have to tell you. It doesn't matter what happened to my car. I need a fucking tow. It's not on fire. It's not going to explode. Just come tow it. But still. But everybody's like, so I explained what happened. Just a story I did. I got hit with a wave. Me and another car. I don't know what happened to the other car. I think it's still in the puddle. I didn't care. I was getting myself out of the puddle. Everybody's like, well, don't you know, turn around, don't drown. Don't you know not to drive in high water? I'm like, bye. This is the old dude goes, wow, that sucks. All right, well, I'm on my way. I'll be about an hour and a half because I'm in Kennedale, which is about an hour and a half away. With traffic, he drove all that way to come get me, drive you 5 miles, drop me off. So shout out to him, Secret Service Towing. I told him, give me a holler. I will totally have him on as a guest one time. Be like, tell us the stories of towing cars. Because there's always good stories with towing cars.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I've dealt with many a tow man, and they've been, like you said, like most of them are dicks. Like 90% of them have been dicks.
This guy was not. So I was
Yeah,
very,
that's
very
good.
happy.
So he falls in that 10%. So thank you, sir.
What is it? What is the a toe? Man?
People were doing that.
You
Tow
want
needs
a
a
tow?
tow.
I can get you a tow.
Tow needs a tow.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
I can get you a tow by 3 o'clock with nail polish.
What's the? So like, thankfully, I only once have I had to get my car towed, but that's because this thing it's a little old. It had battery issues before, and I had to get towed out of the parking lot to someplace where I could get the battery replaced. Excuse me. But thankfully, I didn't have to talk too much to. I'm more scared about talking to the folks doing the towing than I am about whether they're going to be dicks. But what are they typically dicks about? So like, what is the 90% dickishness about? What?
So depending on where you are, right? So if you're in like a rural area, there can be a dick because nobody else is going to come out there, right? Or they're the only ones in the neighborhood kind of a thing. So they're kind of like, well, you were being stupid because it's the only time to get to feel like a big man, I guess. I don't know. For a city, it's bigger companies. They get tows all the time, whether it's accidents, whatever. So they really don't care if they don't get your measly whatever. But most of them here charge $100, what they call hookup fee, and they charge you $4 or so much per mile, right? This guy charged 65 flat for me. So first off, he was already $50 plus cheaper. Woo! 45 cheaper, excuse me. But he didn't charge me for the every mile out, so that was even better. So, but here, the other than him, the cheapest hookup was $110 plus $4 for every mile.
That's bonkers, man.
So it would have been like $120, give or take.
Well, they all just, to answer your question, that why they're so dickish, they all just seem like you're putting them out, like you are massively inconveniencing them to do their job.
They were getting paid just to sit there and let the truck idle. But
yeah.
Now they got to get out of it.
The majority, well, I have about a 50-50 experience when it comes to why my car is being towed. 50% of it was because it just needed it because it was malfunctioning. The second was I just parked in the wrong place. or I had the proper permits. It just they weren't seen by the people that it needed to be seen by, and they thought I was parking illegally, so they called the tow truck. Well, I would go out, and my
That's
car would
apartments.
be just basically my apartment complexes. It would just be like getting off the ground because it was a 4x4, so you had to get a flatbed.
Yeah.
You couldn't just pull it.
Yeah.
And just getting off the ground, I was like, hey, I'm here. I'll move it. Like, nope, it's already
Yeah.
on the truck. It's
Yeah.
already up. I was like, dude, I'm fucking right here. But can you please be cool? I'm broke.
No.
And he's like, no, not my problem. It's already up.
Well, see,
I'm
okay.
like, dude, you're literally stealing my car right now. You're stealing my car in front of me. And he's like, well, here's where it's gonna be, and gives me man, it was just very frustrating.
Now, I will say from that end, like I've done back in the day with a friend of mine out of Mesquite, Texas, we did collections for car companies. We go have to hook up the cars, because they didn't pay their bills. The rule is once you hook it up, we get paid. So if I show up and it's not there, oh well. No, but once I have to actually do work, then I'm getting paid for my work. I mean, that's the bottom line. But we used to have like when we did collection of the cars, we had people come out. I just paid the bill right now. Drop the car. Sorry, I don't get paid if I don't get this pulled in. So I kind of understand half that point. Like, it took me to drive all, and I don't mean to be disrespectful to Matt or anything. I drove all the way out. I managed to do the work and do this, and now you show up, and now you want me to do this for. If you sit there, I'll give you $100 right now and drop it. They'll drop it because they're still.
I'm sure
They'll get
I'm
paid
sure.
cash, and they'll keep it in their pocket. Be like, hey, it wasn't there.
You'd think, but have a tiny ounce of humanity
If it
instead
wasn't
of just complete, like just not even caring about anybody else's
Right.
plight or lot in life or whatever the hell's going on.
So
Being a
most
bit
of them
dramatic, but you get it.
most of them get paid by pickup. So if
Right.
out of every 10 you're the only pickup, they're not getting paid at all that day. So they're not gonna.
No, I get it.
Yeah, but I understand. It's like I'm right here. I get it, but
Mm.
I've been there, but I'm also the super cautious type. Like I won't park anywhere that I think I might get towed. I rather walk an extra, whatever feet to do it.
Mhm.
But apartments are the worst, and yeah, because like
Yeah,
I have.
well, if I deserved it,
tags.
then I deserve it.
I
Yeah,
have
if
tags.
I
I got my car
If
towed
I
one time
broke the
because I
rules.
parked in a visitor parking and I didn't realize that the space next to it says visitor parking on the back wall, but the space I went to was the first space of the non-visitor parking. I went inside. I said, hey, we were hanging out for like all of 45 minutes. I was like, all right, well, man, I got to roll. Thanks for the equipment. Walk out. Car's gone. Call the police. My car got stolen. They're like, no, sir. If they called us, they told you. Son of a,
What sucks is when you do go out and your car is just gone. You're like, what happened? What's going on here? Where is my car? And you have to go and get into like super sleuth mode to find out what in the hell happened to your vehicle.
Yeah.
It's crazy, dude.
Oh man. And when you go super sleuth mode, boy howdy.
Yeah. I get the hat, the Sam Spade hat. I tilt it forward so you can only see like my nose and down. And then I carry a Maltese Falcon around in my pocket.
Mm-hmm. And
The tiniest
You-
little multi.
As you do.
you change the color around you so that it's all black and white.
Yeah. I stand under street lamps as often as possible when in the dark.
Mm-hmm. And you
there's a
narrate your happenings.
But yeah. And I smoke cigarettes. Just I don't know. I don't even smoke anymore. I just feel compelled to smoke
Yeah.
cigarettes.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
found the
Talking
car.
cool
We found
slang.
the car. It's over here at this tow lot. Now we have to get to an ATM, and then figure out how to get. See, back in the day, you always had to call somebody to get a ride out. Now it's just you can call an Uber and be like, "Hey, I need to go out to." But back in the day,
Mhm.
you had to like find somebody that would pick you up that had enough time because it would take hours sometimes to get your car back. Find somebody to get to a bank or an ATM. Once you find out where it's at, then they gotta take you from there to the thing, and then hopefully release the car. You have all your documentation. Because say you forgot your insurance card at home and you didn't keep it in the car, or it's not up to date 100%. Like they won't release it. Like it's crazy. It get really, really out of hand.
Mm. Oh,
Oh
gosh.
yeah. First you gotta find a payphone. That's even better. Yeah. Before
Mm.
selling, you gotta find a payphone. God help if you got towed in an area that had the payphone with the gum in the ears and yeah.
Oh,
Hey, pick me, or the old collect thing. Please say just your name at the collect. Hi, Nana, pick me up at the corner.
Yeah, no, I totally did that. Totally
oh,
did that.
wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
that's
so
right.
funny.
You're not old enough
Mm.
to understand collect calls, are you, Ryan?
I know what they are, but I've never
You never had to do it though.
tried to do it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, man.
Absolutely did that.
Yeah, we used to figure out ways to. You did have it. Cell phones ran on minutes and cards.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Gosh, that's so wild.
The term "don't text me till, don't call me till after 9" or "don't text me till after 7"
yeah.
was a thing. Yeah, man, nostalgia.
Hitting 1 3 times to get a C.
Yeah.
1 1 1.
My sister
text
was
message.
the speediest texter on those.
Dude,
she was so
I got
fast.
pretty good at that as well. It's one of the I wouldn't say it's a skill, but
You get a feel for it.
It happened, yeah. Indeed.
Oh gosh.
Working at a radio station, we got collect calls from prisons.
Really? Were they like, please come pick me up? I'm wrongfully accused.
Yeah. I didn't do it. She killed herself.
Do you accept the charges from Big Dog? I would be like, just to put him on the show, I happily accept it. Hey, we're going here
Nasty
live
Nate.
with Nasty Nate.
Nasty Nate.
Hey, Nasty Nate, you're on WWWKRSP, whatever.
A fruit cocktail.
What was Fraser Crane's little slogan on his show?
Oh, I don't remember.
I'm listening.
That's right.
I'm listening.
I'm listening.
What?
Yes.
Thank you
I'm
for
like-
calling in, Dr. Fraser Crane. I'm listening.
I'm listening. I would love to hear that with a prison, like a prison segment.
I'm listening. Okay, so you're being shanked. Okay.
Mm,
You know,
again.
again. What did you do this time, Nasty Nate?
Nasty Nate. So my cocktail fruit.
Man.
Squirrel Master.
Yes.
Hey.
No, actually, that would not be a really bad concept idea to have like a radio station just for prisoners around the country or whatever, and then just all they get broadcast. They could call into it. It would just be like, "Yo, it's D from C Block. I'm letting
Devo.
I'm letting Terry know in A Block. I'm coming for you, motherfucker."
Oh, but Justin here. Imagine calling collect from prison and being the winning caller.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Come down to the station this week. Collect your prize. What do you mean?
You won a free Bon Jovi T-shirt.
Right.
Yes.
What do you mean you
Oh
need
my-
5 to 6? You know.
Mhm.
That would be so cool. That would be so awesome, especially if it was like some kind of cash prize that you can like
No, Steve,
for
the
your bail.
prison radio station would be that right there. All right, first caller in is going to win a free pack of cigarettes, extra
Yeah.
toilet paper, toilet wine coming at you right now.
Yeah. You'll get a
pass a
not
contraband.
don't shank me for a week card. Get out of
Yeah.
shanking for a week.
An extra
Yes.
bar of soap with grip.
Yeah, they come at you in the shower like, oh wait, I got the card. Like, oh, okay.
Then I would-
okay.
But they were holding it
Next
in their
week
butt.
though, buddy, you're screwed.
Yeah, that's my question. Where did you pull that card out from?
Yeah, they have it
Hey.
in their butt.
There's a coin. We call it a coin slot.
It's not laminated.
Yes.
Isn't that what Peter Griffin or someone did on Family Guy when he was at the strip club and or Quagmire, I think, took the card and
The credit
Slid
card.
it-
Yeah,
What?
probably.
It's like the oldest joke
Yeah.
ever when there was, I can't remember what the name Baby Dolls, what they call Baby Dolls, I think it was. There's a club here, a very popular adult club here back in the day. They made an announcement like inviting, because they did commercials in local stations about, gentlemen, come out to Baby Dolls for $2 beer night, whatever. We now accept cards. And the running joke was you had a girl with like no clothes on, but she had the belt with the little like card scanner.
Swipers.
And then somebody posted like, you know, new installation butt swipers, and it showed a guy swiping through a butt, and then
oh my gosh, terrible.
the receipt comes out.
Where's the receipt coming from?
Ooh.
I don't want to think about this. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
There's a lot of clubs or adult clubs that started changing over to a $2 at one point. I think they even changed it now, but it was a $2 minimum. Like you couldn't go up and just tip $1. You
Ah.
had to exchange money. So if you wanted to, you change for $2 bills, and so they would go buy up all the $2 bills, and then you would come in and be like, oh, give me 50, and you get $50 in $2 bills for the. So no matter what. And it was like, well, that's really, why would they do that? And all, you know, girls that I know used to do it. It's like, that's 100% raise. What are you talking about? You
Yeah.
know? Somebody who
That-
makes it rain
that's-
doesn't realize it's a double rainbow.
Oh,
yeah,
stripper
it's a
stories.
double rainbow.
Yeah. Double rainbow.
Nice.
She's a rainbow.
Oh. I don't know the song. I just wanted to sing and feel involved.
It's a great song.
If we continue to have network issues, which we're not right now, but if we continue to have them, we're gonna call the show early until I figure out what's going on. But this happens like once every 10 shows. We have a network just.
Okay. Oh yeah. Remind me if for a later show. Remind me about the time I went super sleuth on a ride sharing company.
Okay, so I'm reminding you now because I want to hear it now. Super sleuth on a ride share company. I want to hear this.
No, so, oh gosh, I'm trying to shorten it in my mind, but basically, one night I was coming home from this was a couple of years ago. I was coming home from visiting family back in my home state, and it was late, and you call the taxi service or whatever, and they take you home. I was in the passenger seat, so literally sitting next to this guy, and the guy like points at this gal, and he's like, you probably want her, don't you? And I was like, no, I'm good, thanks. He's like, I'm just ready to go home. It's 3 a.m. I'm tired. I'm sure you are too. So let's go. He gets me home, no problem. I get my stuff out of the front. I'm a minimalist when it comes to travel, so literally I'll just take my backpack with me when I travel, and stuff clothes in there and books and all that. So I just have my backpack with me. Go upstairs, and go to bed. I wake up. Turns out there was an extra like $100 repair charge on my card from this company, and for context, I'm not usually someone who reaches out to like contest certain things. Sometimes I'll just like, okay, it's a one-time thing, that's fine. And I don't like conflict. I don't like starting conflict. But I was like, that's kind of a lot, and I kind of need it for gas. So,
$100 is a lot of money.
Yeah. And so I emailed the person, and they got back to me. I was like, hey, I had a ride with so-and-so at this time, and I was wondering if there's any way. This seems like a wrongful charge. Like, what could you elaborate with what happened? They get back to me, I think within a couple hours, and they say, the gal is like, hey, thanks so much for reaching out. Unfortunately, it looks like during your ride time, there were damages to the car. Please see the attached photos for these damages. I looked at the photos, and it is 2 screenshots from the back seat of someone's vomit. And I looked at this and I go, oh dear, this is really unfortunate. And then I come back and was like, hey, thanks so much for these resources. I really appreciate, you're informing me, keeping me updated. Just to clarify, is this vomit? And also to clarify, is this in the back seat? Because I was in the front seat, and I didn't have anything in the back seat, nor did I have any food-like substances that could be mistaken as vomit.
Right.
And she goes, I wait for my response, or for their response. She gets back to me and is like, I'm sorry, there's nothing we can do for contesting this service. I do greatly apologize. And then I learned that I kept looking at the photos, like something really doesn't seem right here. These look like straight up beans. This looks like someone spilled chili in the back seat. And so what I did, I felt really smart when I did this. I downloaded the pictures, and then I found a way to look at the metadata of the pictures.
Oh,
so
you did an image lookup.
Yes, and I found out where the photo was taken, when it was taken, and I used that data in response to her, right when she said, "I'm sorry, there's nothing we could do." I said, "Hey, thanks so much. I consider your sustained attention to this case as a sign of honorable customer service. I really do appreciate it. Just to be clear, here is where the photo was taken. Here is when it was taken. Notice this is outside of my ride time. Also notice that this is about 45 minutes away from my location in the middle of nowhere, closer to a gas station.
Yeah.
And not in an apartment complex. And it was after that I got my refund.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that person got mad.
Dude, you call like the Better Business Bureau on them or something? That shit can't fly.
So
man.
I'm pretty
No.
sure we're talking about like Lyft or Uber here. And
Mhm.
I did Uber back in the day. And
Mhm.
you're right. There were people who used to do that stuff. Now, I got really
And all of the photos were taken from the back seat.
okay.
Uh,
Looks like the feed has
Oh,
come
so
back again.
okay. So
Hey.
this wasn't a towing story.
no, it wasn't.
Oh, I mean, okay. I think I might have missed the
All right.
first part. My bad. So okay, so Uber sent you a bill of 100 extra bucks saying you puked in the back seat.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's
And
not cool.
they wouldn't get me in contact with the driver himself to confirm this, and understandably so.
The driver that tried to basically get you to buy a
Prank
lady
me.
from his phone.
Right.
Yeah.
So there was
Yeah.
like I said, I did Uber back in the day, and I have some really cool Uber stories that I've told before on our other show back in the day. And yes, thank you, Sure Baby. We're gonna probably just do 15 more minutes. If we disconnect again, we're gonna call the show, and then I'm gonna be calling up my service provider, going, time to ream you guys a little bit. But I got lucky. I never had anybody vomit in the back seat of my car. I did have a fist fight with the guy.
Oh.
Out there. So I got called to pick up. It was a gentleman's club.
Was he in the back seat? And were
no.
you doing like the whole dad arm swipe?
No.
I'll turn
So,
this goddamn car around.
I pull up.
Take you back to the strip club.
I pull up, and I guess she was a dancer or a server or something. She needed a ride, and she got in the car. And there was this guy that was talking to her, wouldn't let her shut the door, wouldn't let her get in the car. I rolled down the window, barked at him to let her in the car. He's like, mind your own effing business, and she's like, look, dude, you're cool and all, we talk, but I'm gonna go home now. He's like, I'll give you a ride, I'll take care of your girl, da da da. She is 6'6", like she is tall. He is all of like 5'5", like shorter, like, so he's doing this a lot, looking up at her. And so finally I got frustrated because I'm sitting there, and so I got out of the car, walked around, opened the door for her, like got in between him and her, shut the door, walked around, got back to get back in my car, and he runs up and he like drop kicks my door and shuts the door and gets to swinging. I got hit real quick. He just popped me inside of the head, and I kind of, hey Tucker, what's up, man? Truck driver, hello sir, we are having internet connection, so if we suddenly disappear, I apologize. But so he pops me inside of the head, and then kind of maneuvers around. All I did was just punk kicked him right square in the chest. I mean, just like wrestling 101, just boom, and
Like
he flew
teep
off.
kick? Like, okay.
No, I didn't kick him. I kicked him square in the middle of his chest. He went flying back. I got in my car and I took off, right? Got about 200 feet away or whatever, pulled over and pulled out my phone. She's like, what do you do? I was like, I got to call the police. He assaulted me. I attacked him. I don't want anything to come from this. So I called the police. They showed up. I avoided her ride. I gave her a free ride for that. I called the Uber company and it's like, hey, look, I'm going to give her a free ride. You can still take the service out of my total debt, but this is what'll happen. They're like, oh, okay, make sure you take pictures. I'm like, all right, that's gonna be weird, man. Can I take a picture of you?
Yeah.
Police showed up, and he got arrested. I didn't file charges, but he got arrested for drunkenly disorderly conduct, being intoxicated in public, a whole 9 yards.
Wow.
Took her home. She's just in the back, like shaking, like and muttering to herself, "I need to get out of this life." And I'm being quiet. I'm not saying anything, but I want to go,
Yeah. Go on, I'm listeing. This is Fraser Crane.
Yeah. But I did Uber different. Like I kept a cooler with little water bottles before it became a thing, right? Because it was Texas. I had every charge you could mount. I mounted an iPad back there so that you could change the music or watch Netflix or something. I didn't care. And everybody loved it. The best ride I ever had was the guy was like, dude, I know it's not part of this, but is by any chance you could swing by Whataburger, I will totally buy you food.
Oh,
Nice.
It's 3:00 in the morning. I'm thinking, yeah, I'm good with that. So we pull up, they order, I go up there, they get my order, they got their order, drove them like 2 more minutes home, and then pulled over, turned everything off. It was like, sausage, chicken, cheese, taquitos.
Mhm,
Yeah.
Nice.
that is always.
No
Yeah,
wait.
you got to do
Yeah.
the late / early morning fast food run.
Oh, absolutely.
That was what the munchie meals were.
Well, I had a
That's how
different
DUIs
tactic.
happen, though.
I had a different tactic because I ended up putting like 15,000 miles on my car in like 2 months. It really was not beneficial doing Uber driving. I actually had to take an Uber recently when my car got flooded, and I asked him, "Hey, how long you been doing it?" He's like, "Oh, I've been doing it for about 5 years." I said, "Okay, how many miles did you put in your car?" He goes, "Well, this is the brand new car. I got this brand new 0 miles 4 months ago." I said, "How many do you have of miles?" And he goes, 26,000.
Whew.
I was like, "Huh. Okay, this is why I got out of that, because you just destroy cars."
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's just a tool.
Yeah. And not all cars are made for that kind of performance.
I mean,
And-
I would not go buy a car. I would go lease a car for like, I'm gonna lease this for 6 months and put 100,000 miles on it, kind of a thing. You know, you'd be paying 800, 900, $1,000 a month for it, but you know, you better make that.
Yeah.
So, but it was okay. Instacart's kind of the same thing. My wife's doing Instacart with my son to kind of earn a little extra side money, and they'll be gone for 8 hours and do 4 runs, make 60, $70 maybe. But at the end, you know, in my head, it just doesn't seem like enough for the time. But you know, all you're doing is going shopping for them and you drop it off. So it's not like too much work. It's just sometimes it takes a little bit to get in and out or to unload.
Yeah.
Mm.
I want a truck driver won't say what his mileage for last. With the name like truck driver, I'm assuming it's cross country truck driving.
Mm.
And that's a sport.
Yeah. It right there on Nightbot did say, if you haven't followed Truck Driver 135, make sure you got to go to his Twitch and hit that like and follow. You subscribe to him if you can. He is awesome. He also does last scene playing the American Truck Simulator. So, and I've got friends like Abe and other people that do that too. If you ever want to drive trucks, go download Truck Simulator. Just drive trucks. 11,000 miles in 3 weeks. Holy crap.
Yeah, that's a haul.
That's cross country a few times.
But yeah, some great stories, man.
Yes, trucker, the real life trucker.
Speaking of great stories,
Oh, it's time for the Mad
Boosh.
Libs. Hopefully we get there
Yes.
before we crash again. So
Yeah.
yes, okay. Well, this one is entitled "Confessions of a Pizza Eater."
And how we do this, guys, now is we take conversations throughout the show and he adds them randomly, and then we get the.
Hmm. I'm still trying to figure out whether this is funnier or the original way is funnier, but whatever. All right. The pizza was invented by a famous American chef named Robert Pattinson. To make a pizza, you take a lump of rolled up license plate and make a thin, round, totaled pancake. Then you cover it with tomato water, Parmesan toast, and pieces of cocktail fruit.
Like Papa John pizza right here.
Yeah. Next, you bake it in a very hot spark plug. Then you dip it and slice it into wedges. Some people like minimalist pizzas best. My favorite is the dickishness pizza. My mother says that pizza is junk food, but I think it is better than Miss Piggy's boobs. If I could, I would eat 14 times a day.
Oh my god.
Aw.
Somebody
Okay.
mentioned Miss Piggy's a piggy bank with Miss Piggy's boobs in the coin slot was between Miss
Yeah.
Piggy's boobs. We didn't even mention it, but I did read it.
Yes.
So that's what that
Yeah.
was.
We're
So,
always-
I'm wondering, is that funnier than
Minimalist
us
pizza.
just coming up with words
I
like
think
with
it's
the group
more
and
of a show wrap up kind of a thing. I like it
it's kind of cool. Yeah.
because a minimalist pizza is a cheese pizza. Dickish pizza is going to be a sausage pizza.
Dickishness. Those dickishness.
Dickishness.
Naturally.
Yes.
I mentioned Miss
Love it.
Piggy one.
Mhm.
Yeah. Shout out
Mhm.
to Miss Piggy.
Shout out to Phantom.
Hey. Oh
Well.
gosh, I like those.
Well,
Yes,
with
thank
all the stuff we've had, pizza with a toe in it sounds like a scary story. Tell me the dark
Uh,
side. I mean, I
Those-
remember
those-
Dr.
remember
Pepper
those books.
cans and Coke cans and all that having fingers in them. Never have toes in them. You know, back in the '90s. Remember that? Matt
yeah.
remembers that. We talked about it last week, I think.
What? We didn't
Old
do
school
it
like
last week.
soda 2 weeks ago. Sorry, old soda cans or whatever having like fingers in them and all the news media from it. Rats
Oh, I
in
don't
'em.
remember that.
Yeah. I've heard of that.
Ryan, do
I
you
know
know?
who Miss Piggy is.
Hi ho.
Hi ho there, Miss Piggy
Hmm.
here.
Does Miss Piggy have boobs though?
I don't remember.
She got something. She's working with something up there.
A little bit of cleave,
little bit of
rocking some cleave.
Extra padding.
Yeah.
She did. Okay.
Oh,
Sounds like you know.
The Miss Piggy.
would Miss Piggy's boobs be pork rinds?
No, that'd be chops.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's all the fat you cut off of the pork chops.
It is. Yeah. It's just fat sacks.
Oh Lord, wonderful things.
Mhm.
Raise your hand
Solid
if you love
content.
boobs. Okay, I'm assuming people.
I think it's weird if you don't. Gay, straight, male, female. If
Yeah.
you don't like boobs, then you're just
Hey,
weird. You're just
man boobs
weird.
are still boobs.
Yep.
This is a fact. This is it's in the dictionary.
Truck driver with all the chicken hands. I couldn't type for a minute because I raised both hands.
Yeah. Let's do a hand check, everybody. Hands up.
Matt still got his hands on there. Nope,
He's like,
They're busy.
they're busy. All right,
Well,
guys,
well-
we're gonna go ahead and wrap up the show right now because I can start seeing it fluctuate. So I think I'm fixing to have another drop. So feel free to say your farewells, everybody.
bye, friends.
Farewell.
And no, I did
Fare
not
thee
know
well.
that in 2015, Miss Piggy and Kermit ended their relationship. That's sad.
Did.
Man, divorce is a thing, man. All right, guys, make sure you join us every week here, right here on Coast to Coast Podcast. You can find us on Twitch, on our Facebook, and our YouTube. We're streaming on all three. If you haven't subscribed to us on Twitch, feel free to do that today. Drop in your comments on our YouTube. Follow us on our YouTube as well. And then like our Facebook page for stuff that we're doing, not just only Coast to Coast, but we also do some untitled show called Sus. We kind of review trailers and stuff with some of the old crew of One Up to Fifth Studios, Jamil and Adri. We do that every Thursday. We try to load a new video up there. So we'll check you guys later. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.